Hey parents, it's Mr. Jim here. This back to school season, give your kids the tools they need to have fun while they learn with Osmo. Osmo's Reading Adventure Learn to Read game is an interactive tool for kids 5 to 7 that help them practice and develop reading fundamentals. Because it's never too early to fall in love with reading. Visit playosmo.com to check out the Reading Adventure new reader kit today. That's playosmo.com. Osmo, learning well played. Hey friends, it's Mr. Jim and welcome back to Kid Short Stories. If this is your first time, welcome to the family. We have a ton of fun here, and for all of my other awesome listeners, thank you for listening every day. I know you have so many different options to listen from, but parents, thank you for inviting our stories into your home, into your cars, and into sleepy time. Well, friends, are you ready for today's adventure? Me too, let's go! It was a beautiful day outside, but for Colton and Carolyn, it was a very important day. There was no time to go play simple games outside. They were on a very secret mission from their bedroom. All right, bring it over there and carefully fly it over and there. That looks like a perfect spot. Colton was flying a drone all the way up in the sky, and they had been following the blimp from close behind. Carolyn was helping Colton plan out exactly where it should be planted because they were on a very important mission. They were on a mission to spy on Dr. Stinkybreath. Yes, I know that sounds like a very dangerous, crazy mission, but somebody has to do it, and Colton and Carolyn were among our bravest of spies. Colton had been the pilot of this little drone that was flying into the blimp of Dr. Stinkybreath's secret lab. And Carolyn, she was the expert on hacking into the surveillance system. Yes, you see the Stinky Blimp Lab, which is that big purple blimp up in the sky? It had a very high-tech surveillance system with tons of cameras throughout the whole blimp. I think it's how, they made sure that nobody was sneaking in. Well, Colton was an excellent drone pilot and was able to sneak in without them knowing, and now Carolyn is going to use her hacking skills to hack into the surveillance system so that they can view all of the cameras that are already in the blimp. It's actually a pretty good plan. All right, I'm almost there. I just have a couple more things to do. And there, we're live, said Carolyn. As she hit the enter button, all of a sudden on their computer screen, all the camera feeds popped up. They had complete access to the blimp. I can't believe this actually worked, shouted Colton. Shh, we can't scream like that, said Carolyn. Why? We're in our bedroom and they're way up in the sky. I don't think they can hear us from down here. Good point, said Carolyn. I just felt like we were actually there for a second. But, okay, so now what do we do? Asked Carolyn. Well, according to all the planning that we've received from HQ, I think we're just supposed to monitor the daily activities of Dr. Stinkybreath and see what we can come up with. You see, this mission that Colton and Carolyn were on, this was one of the most all-time great missions of the spy team. Do you know what that is? What do you think would be the ultimate mission against Dr. Stinkybreath? There are many great missions, but none as important as this. They were on the mission to clean Dr. Stinkybreath's stinky breath. Holy smokes, that is definitely like the most important mission of them all. You see, Dr. Stinkybreath, he's never brushed his teeth. That is why when he opens his mouth, you can see this like yellowish green smoke pour right out. It's absolutely stinky disgusting. Now that Colton and Carolyn have access to the whole camera feed of the blimp, maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to learn something that could help us in getting rid of that stinky breath forever.
Oh, it's so late now,
yawned Colton. They had been up all night watching these cameras, looking for the perfect opportunity. But Dr. Stinky Breath right now was fast asleep. He made the strangest of noises while he slept. But it was then that Carolyn had an amazing idea. Wait a second, look, while he's sleeping, look how wide open his mouth hangs. Look at that. She was right. Dr. Stinky Breath, when he sleeps, his mouth looks as big as a lion roaring. I think that's why he snores so loudly. What if we were able to drop in, I don't know, some toothpaste or something that could clean that stinky breath? How would we do that? Asked Colton. I don't know, like maybe you could fly another drone up there that has something, I don't know, maybe Spyology Squad could make us something that we could drop right into his mouth to give him, like minty fresh breath. I like it, but I'm a little nervous like flying drones around up there. What if the purple ninjas hear it and wake up? Well, look at this one over here. Carolyn pointed to a screen that showed the purple ninjas sleeping, and they were all wearing earplugs. Look at that. I think because Dr. Stinky Breath snores so loudly, they have to wear those earplugs, or else they probably wouldn't be able to sleep. So they won't hear me, said Colton. All right, I'll get my other drone. Hold on. Colton ran over to grab his other drone as Carolyn grabbed the walkie-talkie. Shh! Spyology Squad, this is Carolyn and Colton. Are you there? Over. Shh!
We're here. This is Jaden. Oh, we're sorry we were sleeping, but what's going on, guys?
Shh! Hey, we're trying to get something to drop into Dr. Stinky Breath's mouth. Do you have any special, I don't know, a mint or a toothpaste that's in a little cube shape that we could drop right into his mouth from a drone? Shh.
Yeah,
We have our super paste that we could put into a gummy or, we'll send you something. Just hang on a minute. Here, I got the drone, said Colton. Perfect. I just got off the walkie with Spyology Squad, and they're sending us something that we can use, said Carolyn. Over the next few minutes, Colton and Carolyn got everything set up. And there it was. The little drone that Spyology Squad had sent had these perfect little cubes that were of the spy paste. This was a very specially powerful toothpaste developed by Spyology Squad that is used for the most stinkiest and dirtiest of teeths. And I'm pretty sure Dr. Stinky Breath's mouth qualifies for such a thing. This new drone was all ready, and Colton turned it on and off it went. It flew off towards the blimp, and they were able to enter the blimp through the same secret entrance that they had found earlier. I gotta fly it right past the purple ninjas to get to Dr. Stinky Breath's room. I hope they don't hear it. As the drone flew right past all the purple ninjas, they didn't hear a thing. Because remember, they had earplugs to stop all that noise from Dr. Stinky Breath's snoring, so they didn't even hear the drone. As it zoomed past them and right for Dr. Stinky Breath's room, Carolyn could barely contain her excitement. As they were watching on the screens that they had hacked in earlier, they watched as the drone hovered right over Dr. Stinky Breath's mouth. Drop it in now, she said. Yeah, I'm just lining it up perfectly. All right, looks good. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Colton pressed the release button and it dropped this tiny little toothpaste right into Dr. Stinky Breath's mouth. As soon as it hit his tongue, it sounded like water being poured on fire. Instantly, Dr. Stinkybreath's eyes opened. Colton and Carolyn could see everything from those screens, and you won't believe what happens next.
Purple ninjas. Why does my mouth smell and taste minty fresh? What is these bubbles in my... Hey!
He started running around the whole blimp trying to wake up the purple ninjas.
Hey, what's wrong, boss? Hey, did you brush your teeth?
No, I didn't brush my teeth. Why would I do such a thing? I need help. Get me something stinky.
Unfortunately, the purple ninjas did happen to have something that looked like mouthwash, but instead of being minty fresh mouthwash, it was like a mouth dirty wash, stinky. It looked disgusting. As he poured it into his mouth, Dr. Stinkybreath spit it out into its sink and said,
That was the most disgusting thing that I've ever tasted in my life. Purple ninjas, how did this happen?
We don't know, boss. It looks like you accidentally brushed your teeth with some kind of super toothpaste or... I don't know. What did you put in your mouth?
What are you talking about? I was sleeping. I didn't do this. It must have been you, and then...
Great job, Colton and Carolyn! Even though Dr. Stinkybreath was able to get his breath stinky again, we might be on to something. Now that we know how to hack into their cameras and look and see what's going on in the blimp, maybe, just maybe, we could come up with a plan that could make his stinky breath not stinky anymore. Wow. This may be the end of the story, but it is just the beginning of our adventure of getting rid of Dr. Stinkybreath's stinky breath. The end. Hey parents, it's Mr. Jim here. This back to school season, give your kids the tools they need to have fun while they learn with Osmo. Osmo's Reading Adventure Learn to Read game is an interactive tool aimed at children ages 5 to 7 that help them practice and develop reading fundamentals, turning them into young, confident, skilled readers, because it's never too early to fall in love with reading. Watching our youngest play with Reading Adventure this summer, I can see how much more ready he is for when kindergarten is starting very, very soon. Visit playosmo.com to check out the Reading Adventure new reader kit today. That's playosmo.com. Osmo, learning well played. Visit playosmo.com to check out the Reading Adventure new reader kit today. Great job, you listened all the way to the end, and you know what time it is. It's time for Kid Shout Outs. I want to say hey to Elijah from Spring Grove, Illinois, Olivia from Brazil, Daniel and Sunny from Bayside, Nova Scotia, Silas from Oklahoma City, Evelyn from Maryland, Owen, Sadie, and Calvin from Olympia, Washington, and Rebecca from Texas. I'm so glad that you're all in the Kid Short Stories family and on the Spy team. We could not stop Dr. Stinkybreath and his crew without you, my friends. Will you have a super duper day, and I will see you next time. Bye.